Adventures. Just mentioning the word gets you thinking. Makes you sit up a little straighter. Seems to get the juices flowing. Where are we going? Who's coming along? Where are we going to stay? What can we do while we're there? Well, this adventure was no different, at least from that perspective. What did happen is that this turned out to be the adventure of a lifetime.
So excited, man. We are in San Diego. Last night was Vegas. Trust me, that was super fun. Craps with a mask on, that's the way I do it. We were in Rabbit Valley the night before. We were in Evergreen, Colorado. Next stop, Ensenada, Mexico. That's the big one.
Well, we decided to meet in San Diego and pick up a few folks who flew into the hookup spot. Then a stop to load the coolers with beer, and across the border we went. Straight through Tijuana, Rosarito, down to Ensenada, where we managed to regroup and find a cantina where we could share the logistics and get everyone aligned on the plan. Well, of course, plans don't last too long in Mexico with 8 vans and 25 people, but it gave us a great reason to get together. Sometimes it's just fun to see what everyone's been doing with their vans. The Flarespace van went from a factory cargo utility hauler to a jacked up 4x4 with Flarespace orange walls, Flarespace bed system, and pop-top camper. We had fun sleeping sideways. And Jason Vigil from Canyon Adventure Vans was there to show us the latest with his new GLSS system that optimizes space in the back of your vans.
And anyways, this trip has been epic, super epic. We're down here in Baja.
And it turns out that 8 sprinters cruising in a convoy pretty much anywhere gets quite a bit of attention. Well, the next morning was Saturday, and we loaded the race crew into the Polaris RZRs, led by Arturo's team, in a vehicle called the Monster, powered by a Corvette engine, and set out for Ojos Negros. Now, Arturo, he's a veteran Baja 1000 racer, 13 successful finishes under his sombrero, and we had the good fortune to also have the wise leadership of his race partner, Santana, join us and lead the route for the Polaris RZRs.
Fun, we want to keep on rolling, and you know, let's just have fun.
They led the race team out of Ensenada, through Ojos Negros, and into the high country pine forests of northern Baja. Baja, Mexico, it's a magical place. If you've ever spent time there, you already know. In some ways, it's the place that time forgot. A few hundred miles north in California, the world's busy. There's 12-lane highways, and the highways are packed. But Baja got left behind. Roads are few in some areas. You might wait an hour just to see a car, even on the highway. People seem kind, lifestyles are simpler. Well, there just seems to be a calmer way of life. Tranquilo, as they say. A few decades ago, a friend shared stories about racing the Baja 1000, and it put me in a trance thinking about racing through the desert in Baja. Hot sun, cold beers, good stories, good friends. It seemed like the purest adventure of them all. So a few decades later, when I learned my friend Arturo Malo had grown his business and now offered a service that allows anyone to run the shorter race course, the Baja 500, man, I knew I was in. I called a couple buddies, hoping to find someone to come along, and I hadn't even set the phone down to learn we had 25 people jumping at the opportunity.
25 people just rolling in vans, like what could possibly be better? So great.
Baja Trebor.
Trebor. Mi nombre es Trebor.
And just to make it interesting, they're all part of this very special, fast-growing van community, and this, my friends, was shaping up to be a special adventure. And coming out of the high country, we raced back down to the desert and found our way to Loncheria Alexis, a funny yellow building. It turned out to be a place to meet. And we connected back up with the van convoy, eat some burritos, and start comparing stories, maybe even rehydrate with a few tecates. Well, we left that stop, past the windmill farm, and headed out with the Sprinter van convoy across a huge dry lake bed. And of course, dry lake bed just means it should be dry. We managed to get a couple vehicles stuck in it. Nothing a winch and a little effort from John Willenberg of Owl Vans and his buddy and Baja 1000 race champion Jeff Bader couldn't solve. Well, got that out of the mud and off we went. RZRs, vans, a broken drone, and another 30 miles through the desert, off-road to San Felipe. What a day. And we only lost one van en route, one man and one bicycle. But by 2 a.m., everyone was safe and sound and full of lobster tails, street tacos, and tortillas. Well, that's probably another video for another day. Day 2 started with a beautiful sunrise over the Sierra Cortez in San Felipe, well, about 20 miles south of San Felipe, and a chance to test the new Super 73 electric bike. We decided if we're testing it, we might as well test it in the sand. We didn't know if it was sand rated, but it sure looks like it is. And we had the good fortune of having LeGrand Cruz, the founder of Super 73, with us. After breakfast and a team briefing, we sent the race crew north toward the famous Baja 1000 stop known as Mike's Sky Ranch. The Sprinter van convoy headed south first to an equally famous wash, a deep canyon with high rock walls and incredible views. In fact, I think the views were so great, they took a little extra time and ended up in San Felipe for the night.
So it sounded like a motorcycle.
Now, so I got this contractor guy who's
I'm gonna have to go straight through.
And I bought, yeah, we have a onboard air compressor in the engine bay, and so we're just filling up these tires now.
But not to worry, on day 3, the race team and the van convoy reconnected again, rallied.
Here's what I think I'd like to have happen. Is where they had, cactuses 30 feet high. It was rad. So we're not
What probably won't work is you go backward, we push on your hammerhead, and you just...
Yeah, baby.
Dude, just get it. What do you use your van for? Going to the grocery store?
To Mexicali, a border town just west of Yuma, Arizona.
Gold.
How do you feel?
Like I did the 500.
Dude, that was wild.
Yes.
We managed to suffer a broken axle in one of the race machines, but everyone ended up arriving safely at the Baja Hunting Ranch property in Mexicali, where Arturo staff had a mariachi band waiting for us and hog roasting on a spit.
Not a flan. You never had a flan.
This is the best part.
Wow. What a trip. Vans, race machines, great people, awesome location, all the things that make you worry about what's going to come together for your adventure in the first place. Well, my buddy Jeffrey Hunter, Storyteller Overland, once told me to find your people and go build a better world. Seems like we did that. Maybe 5 days is too short to build a better world, but we sure got to a good start. And finding our people took us along a path that included some really great companies like Flarespace, Owl Vans, Storyteller, Canyon Adventure Vans, Super 73, SEKR, which is a new app for figuring out where to go in the world, La Mesa RVs, and Rigwell, a new builder. All leaders in the industry shaping the direction of this whole van movement, and just fun folks to spend some time with, enjoying such a great adventure.